Akashwani presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Nishit Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says passage of new criminal justice bills is watershed moment in history and marks the end of colonial-era laws. ED summons Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi Yadav for questioning in connection with job for land scam today. World Health Organization classifies JN.1 variant of COVID as variant of interest. Africa's second largest oil producer, Angola, leaves OPEC after disagreements over its production targets. Sanjay Singh elected new president of Wrestling Federation of India. And in cricket, India beat South Africa by 78 runs in the third and the final ODI of the three-match series in Paarl. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has hailed the passage of three criminal justice bills by Parliament and said these bills mark the end of colonial-era laws. Calling the passage of bills as a watershed moment in India's history, the Prime Minister said a new era begins with laws centered on public service and welfare. Yesterday, Parliament passed the three bills, namely Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita and Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. These bills will replace the Indian Penal Code of 1860, the Code of Criminal Procedure of 1898 and the Indian Evidence Act of 1872. Mr. Modi said these transformative bills are a testament to India's commitment to reform and they bring our legal, policing and investigative systems into the modern era with a focus on technology and forensic science. He added that these bills ensure enhanced protection for the poor, marginalized and vulnerable sections of the society. The Prime Minister said these bills come down heavily on organized crime, terrorism and such offences which strike at the root of our peaceful journey to progress. He said that through them, the country has also bid goodbye to the outdated sections on sedition. Mr. Modi said in Amrit Kaal, these legal reforms redefine India's legal framework to be more relevant and empathy-driven. Replying to the debate on the bill in Rajya Sabha, Home Minister Amit Shah said that the Indian Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure and Indian Evidence Act were made to protect the British rule after the 1857 freedom struggle. He said earlier their objective was only to protect the British rule as there were no provisions for protection to Indian citizens' safety, honour and human rights. Mr. Shah said that the government has not only changed the names of these old laws but brought these new bills with the objective to provide justice and not punishment.
ये कानूनों की आत्मा भारतीय है और पहली बार क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम में भारत द्वारा भारत के लिए और भारतीय संसद से बनाए गए कानूनों से अब हमारी क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम गवर्न होगी। एफआईआर से लेकर जजमेंट तक की पूरी प्रक्रिया ऑनलाइन हो जाएगी और टेक्निक का सबसे ज्यादा उपयोग अगर कोई एक देश की क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम के अंदर होगा तो वो भारत की क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम होगा।
The Parliament also passed the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners, appointment, conditions of service and term of office Bill 2023 with the Lok Sabha approving it. The bill replaces the Election Commission, Condition of Service of Election Commissioners and Transaction of Business Act 1991. It provides for the appointment, salary and removal of the Chief Election Commissioner and election commissioners. According to the provision of the bill, the CEC and ECs will be appointed by the President upon the recommendation of his Election Committee. This Election Committee will consist of the Prime Minister, a Union Cabinet Minister and Leader of Opposition or Leader of the largest opposition party in the Lok Sabha. Replying to a brief discussion on the bill, Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal said the bill has been brought in consonance with the direction of the Supreme Court with regard to appointment of Chief Election Commissioner and election commissioners. He said under the legislation, a search committee headed by the Union Law Secretary will propose a panel of names to the selection committee.
सर्च कमेटी पहले कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी की अध्यक्षता में थी, अब लॉ मिनिस्ट्री की अध्यक्षता में हो जाएगी और 2 सेक्रेटरी उसके सदस्य होंगे। बिल के क्लॉज 10 में हमने ऑफिशियल अमेंडमेंट का प्रस्ताव आपके समक्ष है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज के बराबर सैलरी हो जाएगी और क्लॉज 15 में रूल्स नोटिफाई करके निर्धारित करेंगे, अधिसूचित करेंगे कि उनकी कंडीशन ऑफ सर्विसेज क्या होगा। एक क्लॉज 15A सीईसी और ईसी अपनी ड्यूटी करते समय कोई कार्रवाई संपादित करेंगे तो ऐसे प्रकरणों में उन पर कोर्ट पे कोई कार्रवाई नहीं, ये प्रोटेक्शन होगा।
The Parliament also cleared the Telecommunications Bill 2023 with the approval of Rajya Sabha yesterday with amendments. The bill has already been passed by the Lok Sabha. It has been brought to transform and reform telecommunications sector, services and its networks. The bill seeks to amend and consolidate the law relating to development, expansion and operation of telecommunications services. The bill seeks to replace the Indian Telegraph Act 1885. Both houses of parliament have been adjourned sine die yesterday. The Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha were adjourned one day ahead of the schedule of the winter session. The winter session began on the 4th of this month and was scheduled till today. Before adjourning the Lok Sabha in his valedictory address, Speaker Om Birla said that the House in its 14 sittings passed 18 important bills. He added that Lok Sabha registered 74% productivity during the session. In his valedictory address, Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar said that during the course of the session, the House conducted significant business. He said a total of 17 bills, including path-breaking bills related to Jammu and Kashmir, appointment of election commissioners, and 3 criminal bills were passed during the session. Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Vishnu Dev Sai will expand his cabinet today. Governor Bishwabhushan Harichandan will administer the oath of office to 9 legislators at a ceremony in Raj Bhavan this afternoon. Earlier, apart from Chief Minister Vishnu Dev Sai, 2 Deputy Chief Ministers Arun Sao and Vijay Sharma have taken oath in the state. The Enforcement Directorate ED has summoned Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi Yadav for questioning in connection with the job for land scam today. He has been asked to appear before the probe agency's Delhi office to record his statements under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act PMLA. The ED has also summoned former Bihar Chief Minister and RJD Chief Lalu Prasad for questioning in the Railways Land for Jobs money laundering case. The ED had questioned Tejashwi in this case in April this year, but this is the first time ED has summoned Lalu Prasad. This is Akashwani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. In Jammu and Kashmir, the death toll in yesterday's terrorist attack has mounted to 4, with 1 more army personnel succumbing to the injuries. 3 army personnel had attained martyrdom yesterday during an encounter at Dhayar Mor under Surankot police station in Poonch district. 2 Jawans also got injured in the encounter. The terrorists, whose number is believed to be between 3 to 4, had taken positions atop the hill from where they targeted the army vehicles, which had to slow down at a blind curve. In Madhya Pradesh, various programs are being organized during the Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. We have more from our correspondent.
भारत का अनमोल यही समय है. विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा is creating awareness in villages of every district, including Indore, Gwalior, Jabalpur and Bhopal. During the yatra, information related to various schemes of central government was provided to citizens. Brajwasi Najan of Indore is self-reliant today due to the प्रधानमंत्री स्वरोजगार योजना.
कोरोना काल में जब हमारे परिवार में बहुत संकट आए, काम धंधे सब बंद हो गए थे, रोजगार कुछ नहीं था, घर चलाने में भी बहुत परेशानी आ रही थी. स्वरोजगार योजना के अंतर्गत 2 लाख रुपए का लोन लेकर स्टेशनरी का बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया है और अच्छे से घर का खर्च चला सकती हूँ.
The display of drones has also become the center of attraction during the Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. During the yatra, pesticides and liquid fertilizers are being sprayed in the field by drones in front of the people, and they are expressing curiosity about its use. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashwani News, Bhopal.
A sub-variant of the Omicron strain of coronavirus has been classified as a variant of interest by the World Health Organization because of its rapidly increasing speed. The WHO said that the risk to the public is currently low and current vaccines continue to offer protection. WHO is currently tracking a number of variants of interest linked to Omicron, including JN.1, although none of them are deemed to be concerning. JN.1 has been found in many countries around the world, including China, UK, India, and the United States. Africa's second biggest oil producer, Angola, has said that it is leaving OPEC after disagreements over its production targets in a blow to the oil cartel chaired by Saudi Arabia. The decision was taken at a cabinet meeting and approved by President João Lourenço. The decision comes after the producer group lowered Angola's oil output target last month as part of a series of cuts led by Saudi Arabia to help prop up prices. Angola joined OPEC in 2007 but has clashed with Saudi Arabia at recent meetings over attempts to lower its production. It walked out of an OPEC meeting in June but eventually agreed, along with Nigeria and the Republic of Congo, for its production baseline to be reviewed by an independent third party. Angola has been battling to turn around declining production for nearly a decade. In the Czech Republic, more than 15 people were killed and 24 injured in the shooting at Charles University in central Prague yesterday. Police said the incident occurred at Charles University Faculty of Arts located on Jan Palach Square. The gunman was a student and has been eliminated. Czech Interior Minister Vít Rakusan said no other gunman has been identified and the attack was not presumed to be linked to international terrorism. Sanjay Singh has been elected as the new president of the Wrestling Federation of India. He was elected after the results of election of office bearers, in which he got 40 votes. The other applicant, Commonwealth Games gold medal winning wrestler Anita Shioran, received 7 votes. Sanjay Singh is the vice president of the Uttar Pradesh Wrestling Association and previously served in the WFI's Executive Council. He has also been the National Federation's joint secretary since 2019. He will take over the reins of the WFI chief from controversial Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, who had to step aside after some wrestlers leveled certain allegations against him. India defeated South Africa by 78 runs in the third and the final ODI of the 3-match cricket series at Boland Park in Paarl last night. The win helped India clinch the series 2-1. Chasing 297, South Africa were bowled out for 218 in 45.45 overs, despite a knock of 81 runs off 87 balls by Tony De Zorzi. Meanwhile, Arshdeep Singh took 4 wickets for the visitors. Washington Sundar and Avesh Khan scalped 2 dismissals each. Indian women will resume their first innings in the one-off test match against Australia at the overnight score of 98 for 1 on the second day today at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. In response to Australia's 219, Shefali Verma and Smriti Mandhana gave India a strong start, but the former departed for 40 of 49 balls. Meanwhile, Mandhana remained unbeaten with Sneh Rana, and the duo will resume batting this morning. In Chennai Grandmasters 2023, Indian chess prodigy Domaraju Gukesh clinched the title by holding compatriot Pentala Harikrishna for a draw yesterday. Meanwhile, Arjun Erigaisi secured the second spot and Pentala Harikrishna finished third, as all the 3 Indians in the tournament entered the campaign with a podium finish. With this win, Gukesh takes the lead in the FIDE circuit. If he keeps the lead till the 1st of January 2024, he will qualify for the highly coveted Candidates Tournament 2024. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Sarabjit Kaur.
Thank you, Nishit. Passing of criminal, telecom and CEC bills by Parliament is the top story in all the leading dailies. 4 soldiers killed, 2 hurt in Poonch ambush is the headline in the Tribune. MEA hopes Canada will act against anti-India elements is the top story carried by the Statesman. As COVID scourge looms, 6 deaths reported in a day, the highest in 7 months, reports the Times of India. CISF to be brought in for Parliament security after the recent breach, says the Indian Express. FPIs pump in $20 billion in Indian equities this year, according to the Financial Express. 15 people killed in mass shooting at downtown Prague University is the front page story in the Asian Age. And finally, UPI AutoPay tops the charts in low-ticket recurring payment, says a report in the Economic Times. And with that, it's back to you, Nishit.
Thank you, Sarabjit. And in some more news, the Ministry of External Affairs has said that the issue of the death penalty of 8 ex-Indian Navy personnel in Qatar is now in the Court of Appeal. Addressing a weekly press conference in New Delhi, MEA spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said that there have been 3 hearings in the Qatar Court of Appeal and the Indian ambassador in Doha got consular access to meet all 8 men. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says passage of new criminal justice bills is watershed moment in history and marks the end of colonial-era laws. ED summons Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi Yadav for questioning in connection with job for land scam today. World Health Organization classifies JN.1 variant of COVID as variant of interest. Africa's second largest oil producer, Angola, leaves OPEC after disagreements over its production targets. Sanjay Singh elected new president of Wrestling Federation of India. And in cricket, India beat South Africa by 78 runs in the third and the final ODI of the three-match series in Paarl. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.